in my opinion, chasing your passion is one of the best things you could do to free yourself in our modern society, which isn't always true, actually. Like now, I'm like kind of doubting my own answer now that I said that, because I do find this other problem where sometimes people chase their passions and then become something else because of it. Like, for example, like let's say somebody has genuine desire to be a podcaster. Let's just use me, for example. Let's say I have a genuine desire to get my ideas out there and be a podcaster. But let's say now I'm dealing with this thing called the algorithm, and I have to figure out what the algorithm wants in order for me to be successful. And now my original intentions were to talk about philosophy, but I'm noticing that I get more hits and clicks when I talk about sex. You know what I mean? Which is actually, by the way, true. I've asked all kinds of questions on my podcast. I talked to a software engineer, and it's so funny. Like, I looked at these two clips back to back because they were really close to each other. One clip said, "What's your favorite sex position?" And then the next clip said, "What is a software engineer?" The one that's called "What is a software engineer" got like 11 views. The one that "What is your favorite sex position" got like 3,000 views. So it's actually a true thing. But I guess what I'm trying to get out here is, like, when I was originally answering that question with the statement, like, I think following your passion is the best way to freedom. But that's actually not true, because on the way to freedom through your passion, you can accidentally become a slave to the algorithm. So keep that in mind, that that's a possibility. But let's assume that you don't become a slave to the algorithm, that you genuinely just follow your heart and you follow your passion, right? You ignore the algorithm. You don't care about the views. You don't care about what people want. You just genuinely try to search for what's in your heart and try to channel that in and put that out there. Let's say you have the willpower to do that. I believe that is one of the most freeing things you can do on this earth while you're alive. And by the way, it's not for everybody. Like, it is for everybody. Okay, what I mean by that is it is for everybody in the sense that your passion doesn't have to be as big as somebody else's. Like, for one person, your passion could be being a public figure who does speeches live around the world. You know what I mean? Who does inspirational, like Tony Robbins. Like, let's just use Tony Robbins. His passion could be inspiring people and traveling the world. It could be this like grand thing where he reaches and connects with millions of people. Your passion could be working in a restaurant and making the best fucking pizza in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, and nobody knows your name. Like you just, but for whatever reason, like, everybody comes to that restaurant and they're like, "Yo, whoever the cook is, I don't know his name, I don't know what he looks like, but he makes the best fucking pizza." And like, you have a word in that town. Like, those are two different extremes of passion, but they're both equally as valuable in my opinion. So I really think, passion is important, and big passion isn't for everybody. You don't have to follow this humongous dream to find that passion. But I think whatever you're doing, if you can figure out how to find what you love in this life, that is the most freeing thing you could possibly do. For me personally, actually, and to backtrack a little bit, I also think there's also a connection there between doing what makes you happy, but also finding a way to allow that to be a gift for the public. Because I think at the end of the day, if you do what makes you happy, but you're just kind of hoarding it to yourself, there's no joy in that. I don't think there's going to be any long-term joy in something like that. But using the pizza thing, for example, if making pizza is what makes you happy and you find a way to connect that with the public and it's seen as a gift that you give to the world, that's when you're locked in my opinion. So my advice for chasing your dreams is, 1, figure out what makes you feel alive, 1, and 2, figure out if there's a way to make that a gift or a service to the public. That would be my honest opinion and advice about chasing passions. And again, you didn't really ask a question, so I kind of had liberty to go wherever I wanted with that. But that's where I'm going to go with that, is just do it. Like find a way to do it in your life and take the time to figure out how it could be done and what are your passions. You know what I mean? First, discover what your passions are. I also don't believe that there's like one passion for everybody. That's another thing too. Like, I think I'm passionate about so many things. I'm passionate about music. I'm passionate about comedy. I'm passionate about philosophy. I'm passionate about foreign languages. Like, there's a lot of things you could do and a lot of different avenues you could take with your passion. Okay, last question. I only had 5 questions today.